What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Front Yard Fantasy Hour presented by FanDuel. I'm your host, Simon, joined as always by my beautiful co-hosts, John, Luke, and Josh. How's it going, guys?
As always.
It's Friday!
As most of the time.
That's all the time.
We're looking good.
And it is Friday, and we've got a fun weekend of football. Had a little bit less Saturday football than we initially thought, but that's okay. We still got some NFL Saturday, some good college bowl games this weekend as well. So it's going to be a full weekend of football, and we are starting the weekend off right, playing some Fantasy Fortune today. Our guest Peter was running into some tech difficulties. Hopefully he's able to join us sometime during the show today, but if not, we still got a full game, and Josh and I will go head-to-head against
You're going down, other. Simon. You're going down.
One of you is going to win and one of you is going to lose. That's all I can say.
Oh, yeah.
We got Maria in here saying happy FanDuel Front Yard Friday. Glad to have you in here, Maria. And Jaywell said, thought I was late, but looks like I'm right on time. Jaywell, you're right on time at the party. You are good to go. Guys, before we get started, a reminder, if you are watching this, that means you're already on the FanDuel YouTube or Twitch channels. If you're on that YouTube channel, hit the like button on this video and go ahead and subscribe to FanDuel on YouTube. And then head on over to Twitch and follow them over there. FanDuel has a whole team of awesome content creators across all platforms: TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, MySpace, Zynga, AIM. I was trying Tumblr, AOL. They're at FanDuel, so make sure you guys go follow them over there. There's a whole team of people trying to help you win some money and win your leagues, and it is crunch time right now. Guys, before we get into our game, Josh, I know this is the fantasy playoffs. We don't usually cover a lot of news on this show, but there's a lot of important players as you're going to set your playoff lineups that are out on the COVID list this week. So, Josh, I know you wanted to go through some of those before we started.
Absolutely. I just wanted to give everyone a little bit of context. Just, the fantasy relevant players that are out, the people that are being started in, they're rostered in a lot of leagues out there. And I just want to go over who is currently dealing with COVID concerns and the team they're on. So we'll just dive in there. And actually, Simon, you mentioned, we only have one game on Saturday. I forget who tweeted it, but it was, I think we have NFL games coming up the next 8 of the next 10 days now. So we have it on Saturday. We have it on Sunday, we have it on Monday, we have it on Tuesday, no Wednesday, but we do have it on Thursday. Then we have it on Saturday again, Sunday again, and Monday again. So 8 in the next 10 days, we will have football.
I could listen to you list days my whole life. It'll never get old.
Yes,
guys,
yes.
And joining us right now, legend of the industry, Peter Schoenke. Peter, thank you so much for coming on the show today. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, sorry, I had a few tech issues, so I'm a little bit late, but hopefully
you're good.
not too late to join the party. So
yeah, we're happy to have you. Good to see you.
Never too late to join the party. Guys, everyone here probably already knows who Peter is, but for those who do not know who Peter is, I'll give you a brief introduction. Probably can't hit all of it. Peter is a pioneer in the fantasy sports space, president and founder of RotoWire. He's a member of the Fantasy Sports and Gaming Association Hall of Fame, the FSWA Hall of Fame, former chairman of the FSGA, current board member. Peter, this is really awesome.
I thought it was never going to stop.
Just means I've been old. I'm old. I've been around for a while. That's all it means, really.
So many accolades.
Thank you for taking the time to come on with us today, man.
Yeah, sure. Definitely.
Yeah, and big congrats on the big acquisition news earlier this week. I'm sure it's been a surreal week for you.
Yeah, it's definitely been interesting and fun and exciting. And yeah, gambling.com acquired RotoWire, and it's going to be great. It's going to help us really take advantage of the sports betting opportunity here to add that to fantasy and also grow the core fantasy product as well. They're just as into fantasy and helping that product as anything else. So, but it's a whole new world in the U.S. Sports scene as far as legal sports betting, and I'm really excited for the next few years when companies like FanDuel, who looks like it sponsors everything, they're going to come up with some new concepts, ideas, based on sports betting and fantasy. 10, 15 years ago, who would have ever thought of daily fantasy, right? So yeah, I'm excited for what's next, and it's going to be fun to try to develop tools and content and figure out how to win, and that's great. And this partnership with them is going to be really help us turbocharge that.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
Awesome. You were on the front lines whenever fantasy was initially exploding, and now you're on the front lines as sports gambling starts taking off.
Yeah, my claim to fame. We're talking FanDuel. If you go to your FanDuel app, right,
Mm-hmm.
and you look at it says what your date is. Mine says July 2009. So I think that makes me the first ever FanDuel user. So
Actually, I can't believe true, but it's pretty. I can't believe I forgot that in your intro. First ever FanDuel user. Yeah, I named all those other things, then forget to throw that in there. That's awesome.
So yeah, I got a long track record. It's not, I think I'm okay on the track record, but certainly nothing. When I look at the all lifetime percentages of winning, that will not be overly impressive. Especially cash this year has been crushed.
Yeah,
DFS, so I cannot do well.
It's been a brutal one. Maria in here asking FanDuel, can you confirm you have FanDuel in the chat? Just give us a confirmation. Right there.
They have Schoenke's picture framed on the wall. First user.
Right next to the first dollar, the first user. Yeah. Josh, was there some more COVID news before we get into the game today?
Peter, you came in at a very exciting time here on the show. We're about to unfortunately list all the players that are currently dealing with COVID concerns. Just want to roll through that real quick, and we're going to get into our game right after. So these are fantasy relevant players. Keep that in mind. These are players that a lot of people have on their fantasy rosters. So there's the Bears, Andy Dalton, Allen Robinson, Browns, Baker Mayfield, Case Keenum, Kareem Hunt, Austin Hooper, Jarvis Landry, Cowboys, Cedric Wilson, Lions, Jamal Williams, the Rams, Tyler Higbee, Odell Beckham, Bryson Hopkins, Darrell Williams, Dolphins, Jalen Waddle, Philip Lindsay. Gaskin did get activated from the COVID list, so that's good news for him. Vikings, Alexander Madison, Saints, Mark Ingram, Giants, Kadarius Toney, John Ross, Eagles, Quez Watkins, Seahawks, Tyler Lockett, Alex Collins, Titans, Des Fitzpatrick, and Washington football team, Taylor Heineke, Kyle Allen, and Cam Sims.
Have they announced yet who they're activating from the practice squad to be their quarterback?
Yeah, they did. I think they
was it Shermer or was it Tamu? Or did they sign someone? Because those two guys were the quarterbacks on their practice squad. I just haven't seen who brought up. While we're looking that up, FanDuel in here agreeing, saying OG, double OG for Peter right there. And Maria has an idea, Josh. Next time, just say who is able to play, and it might be a shorter list.
Yeah, I think I joked on, I put on Twitter as kind of a half joke, but it might be true. We might have had more player notes for the NFL this week than like any week ever. I mean, because I think there's at least 100 players.
Close.
I can confirm
stuff. Plus, we do player news for at least a few of the top players when a game gets postponed. So add it all together, our staff has been very busy this week.
Unfortunately, It's been a record-breaking week for player news. That has been rough right there. Guys, today, the reason Peter's here is we wanted to play some Fantasy Fortune with our friend Peter Schoenke. Josh, before we get started, I want you to explain the rules of how this game is going to work, and then JL is going to run the game for us today.
All right. Well, let's get into the rules. Like Simon mentioned, we are playing Fantasy Fortune today. It is a lot like Wheel of Fortune, except we got rid of that wheel. Instead of spinning a wheel, the contestants will be asked simple football-related question. JL is the host today. Simon, Peter, and I will be playing the game. You will be expected to answer the question quickly. If you get the question right, you get to guess a letter for the puzzle. You will be rewarded $500 for each consonant that you get right. If you want to buy a vowel, go ahead. They will cost $100 each. If you guess anything wrong, we move on to the next contestant. If it's your turn and you think you can solve the puzzle, go ahead and say exactly what's up there. Also, we have our 3-in-a-row rule. If you answer 3 questions in a row correctly and you guess the letter 3 times in a row correctly, you get to bank that money for the entire game. You get to lock that in. That is a benefit. And we move on to the next contestant if you can't solve the puzzle. Whoever collects the most money over the course of the game will be our Fantasy Fortune champion today, aka me, right? Right, guys? Yeah. Sorry, Peter. I'm just feeling good.
Minus 300 for humility.
Fine. Take it off my score. I'll still win.
Kev and FanDuel, their relationship continuing to blossom in the chat. Man, you guys, this has been sweet to watch you guys just get closer and closer. Albert coming in with the news. Garrett Gilbert is the Washington football team QB. Okay.
What's he named the starter, though?
I'm not sure. But Herm said, gentlemen, hello. What's up, Herms? Glad to have you here. I'm not sure. I was seeing news whenever I Googled his name that he was the starter this week, but I'm not sure if it's officially named yet. And Maria with the bird up for Kev. Bird up indeed, Maria.
Respect.
Peter, you ready to play this game?
Yeah, I was just gonna say Washington. We don't even know who's the starters because the rules on who's eligible for COVID, seem to be changing every day, and they might change it by Tuesday. So
they really might.
Yeah.
It's a great
Okay, I'm
point.
ready to go. I'm ready. I have no idea what I'm doing, but I know some football, so hopefully I'll get at least one right.
Hey, that's right.
You'll pick it up. You'll pick it up. All right. So this is the order for the game today. Josh, you're going to go first. Peter, you're going to go second. Simon, you're going to go third. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. All right, we're going to start with
first
the first
puzzle.
Here we go. All right, first puzzle, NFL teammates. So this is two teammates, and the separation here is the ampersand. So it's teammate 1 and then ampersand teammate 2.
So first and last name?
First and last name, correct. All right, Josh, are you ready?
Hit me with the question, baby. Let's go. I'm ready to win today.
All right. Let's see. Where did I here we go. All right, so Josh, tell me. Who has more fantasy points, PPR fantasy points on the season? And all my questions today, all the fantasy points ones will be in PPR format. Who has more fantasy points on the season? Joe Mixon or Dalvin Cook?
Yeah, I feel like, oh man, it's probably close, but I'll go with Joe Mixon here.
I'm going to go with Joe Mixon. Joe Mixon is correct. He has 236 points, while Dalvin Cook is 185.7. Very beautiful. Nice, Josh.
Got to be because really Dalvin Cook's missed a lot of games as well.
He has.
Or a few games.
Just getting started. We're just getting started.
Yeah. Give me an S.
Giving you an S. All right, hold on 1 second. My trackpad died. Perfect time, trackpad. You were sitting there all day doing nothing. Here we go. S.
Oh, and I'm in the private chat. Let's
yes, please get in the private chat.
Good
our
call.
Guests, our audience will most likely get it before you guys.
Yeah,
all
they're much smarter than we are usually.
2 S's for you, Josh.
Beautiful.
That money.
Beautiful. Let's go.
Would you like another question? Would you like to buy a vowel, or would you like to solve?
You know what? Let me buy an I here.
Buying an I. One eye.
Ooh, one eye. Whew, a little nervous there. Let's just go on to the next question.
Going on to the next question. All right, you got it. All right, Josh, tell me who has more rushing yards on the season? Who has more rushing yards on the season? Is it Leonard Fournette or is it Najee Harris?
I was about to just blurt out an answer, but I'm pretty sure Leonard Fournette's a little bit lower in rushing. I'm going to go with Najee Harris.
Najee Harris is correct. Well done, Josh.
Yeah. Let's go.
What letter would you like?
Give me a R.
An R.
R. Like a pirate.
2 R's.
Okay.
You got a pattern going here, Josh.
Yeah.
All right. Would you like another question, a vowel, or solve?
Give me another question.
All right.
Give me another question. I'm just going for it.
All right. Here is your next question. Who has more receiving yards on the season? Who has more receiving yards on the season? Is it Stephon Diggs or is it Michael Pittman?
More receiving yards. Stephon Diggs.
You got it, Josh. You got it. And that's 3.
Let's go.
That's 3.
If you get a letter, though.
If you guess the letter correctly, you're going to bank this money. What letter?
Give me an N as in Nancy.
2 N's.
No.
Let's go.
Well done, Josh.
Well, I'll get to bank that money, but I don't think I can solve this. I can't solve this.
No. All right. We're going to move on to Peter.
Hold on.
Well done, Josh. I'll bank that for you. All right, Peter, are you ready for your question? Would you like to solve?
I'm not going to solve. I can't figure it out. Hopefully, this isn't like 2 practice squad players that just got called up from COVID.
They're typically very relevant.
They're technically on the roster, but we haven't seen them play since college 3 years ago.
They're teammates. And also, another thing is, I don't know if JL did this, but we typically always do like quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, and tight ends.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
No trickery, no defensive players, really.
I mean, I know my long snappers, but not that well.
Oh, there might be a long
snapper. I couldn't name one long snapper. Not even. I'm a big Ravens fan. I couldn't.
All right, Peter, here's your question. Who has more receiving touchdowns on the season? Who has more receiving touchdowns on the season? Is it Marquis Brown or Justin Jefferson?
That's a tough one. I think it might be Marquise Brown.
I'm sorry, Peter. It is Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson is 8.
I'm like, why would you ask that if it wasn't?
Yeah, it's a mind game. Josh is the word. Like as soon as Josh gets in your head when he says,
actually, though, you know what though, Marquise Brown does have more, because you are obviously including all of the drop touchdowns that he had from the game against
Great point.
That's a great point, JL. Give it to him.
Really, if you look at some sort of air yards, expected touchdown thing.
Expected touchdowns, yeah.
No, that's what I thought I heard you say. So
yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I need to enunciate.
Who has more expected touchdowns this season?
Yeah.
Marquis Brown, for sure. Even
All
though
right,
I'm thinking back to last week, Justin Jefferson dropped like 3 touchdowns.
Well, Thielen's getting all the touchdowns. I just can't remember how many. And I'm a Vikings fan, so you think I would know off the top of my head. But I just don't know.
And I'm a Ravens fan.
Though. I thought it was Hollywood as well, because when I think Vikings touchdowns, I think Adam Thielen right now. Like I'm not drawn to Justin Jefferson.
All right, Simon, you ready for your question?
Yes.
All right, Simon, who has more receiving touchdowns on the season? Rob Gronkowski or Dalton Schultz?
Man, I'll go Gronk, even though he's played fewer games.
It is Gronk. You got it.
Okay.
What letter would you like,
close.
Simon?
I'll take the T.
T. 1 T.
I need another question.
All right.
I have no idea what this is.
All right.
Completely lost right now.
Sorry, my thing's loading a little slow. Here we go. All right, Simon. Who has a higher fantasy points per game? Who has a higher fantasy points per game on the season?
Okay.
Right? Travis Kelce or Chris Godwin?
Oh, tricky.
I thought you were going to go in the tight end position, and this is including last night, right, Jo?
Yep.
Man, Godwin's been killing it recently, but Kelce just went above like the 16.5 points per game with last. I'll go Kelce.
Going to go with Kelce.
Yes.
Sorry, Simon. Chris Godwin is
18.
Get back to me.
18.12 fantasy points per game, while Travis Kelce is 15.22.
Beautiful.
Big bonk for you. Josh, we're coming back to you. Can you solve, or would you like a question?
Give me a question.
All right, Josh. Who has more? Let's stay in this category. Who has more fantasy? Who has a higher fantasy points per game? Who has a higher fantasy points per game? Is it Mark Andrews or is it Dalvin Cook?
It's actually closer than you might think, but Dalvin Cook with his game last week, I believe, set himself over Mark Andrews. So I'll go Dalvin Cook.
You got it, Josh. It is Dalvin Cook. He's got 18.5. Well, Mark Andrews
it's a lot higher than I thought.
Has 15.9.
Yeah.
All right, Josh, what letter would you like?
Give me a P.
P.
Oh.
1 P.
Oh,
okay.
Wait a second.
That unlocked
Josh,
it
would you like to buy a vowel, take another question, or solve the puzzle?
Give me another question.
All right, let's go. Josh, let's take a stroll on over to the FanDuel Sportsbook.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Josh,
Weird spreads today.
Tell me, true or false? True or false? True or false? The Minnesota Vikings are favored over the Chicago Bears by 7.5 points.
False.
False is correct. It's 5.5 points. What letter would you like, Josh?
Give me a K.
2 Ks.
Oh,
I know what it is.
Yeah.
Myles Gaskin and Devontae Parker.
Well done, Josh.
Nice job.
Let's go.
Ooh, a little music.
There's just not that many NFL players that have S at the end. It's either Miles Sanders or Myles Gaskin.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I was trying to make James fit so hard.
That's true. James too. That's another one.
And then on the last one, it was like I had Michael Carter written down, but then I was sitting there. I was like, "There's no I. There's no I." But I couldn't think of anything else that fit down there. That one was tough, man. Well, both these guys are expected to play this weekend, right?
Yeah, they are. And so that's what I wanted to ask you guys. Is so what can you expect from Myles Gaskin and Devontae Parker this week? Jalen Waddle being ruled out. Let me start with you, Peter. What are you expecting from Myles Gaskin and Devontae Parker in fantasy this week?
I mean, it's still a pretty good matchup. I'm really bummed that Waddle's out because I have him in a key league where I have him with wide receivers, right? It's just like the wrong week for him to be out. But Parker, I love Parker. He's always super productive when he's out there and healthy. That's the big question mark. So I think it's a good spot for him this week, and I should get playing targets.
Yeah.
I'm with you there. It's like Peter said, it's a great matchup, especially at the running back position. So Gaskin should be a no-brainer start if he's healthy. And then Parker with Waddle out, especially. I was nervous with him coming back with how dominant Waddle has been, but I expect Parker to be the main guy in this offense. I think you can start him this weekend with some decent confidence with Waddle being out.
Target king. Albert got it really early on.
Nice job, Albert.
Devontae Parker. Well done, Albert.
FanDuel commenting. I think Albert nailed it. Yep, FanDuel was right there.
Yeah, good job, Albert. Good job.
Well done. All right, Josh, you're out to a commanding lead. You guys ready to go on to our next puzzle here?
Holy cow! How did you get so much money?
I banked money twice.
That's unreal, Peter. We're in trouble.
I don't know if that's happened too often, honestly.
All right, Peter. Since Josh got that one
out
right,
of the chat,
we're coming to you guys. A reminder out of the chat. Oh, FanDuel with a good reminder here. Follow Peter on Twitter. Link's right there.
Sure.
Hi, Peter Schoenke.
Great reminder. Great reminder.
All right, Peter. I'm guessing you can't solve, but if you can, let me know. This is a NFL player / movie mashup. So it's going to be a player's name mashed up with a movie.
Like one I did last week was Boston Scott Pilgrim versus the World, or something along those lines.
Las Vegas Raiders of the Lost Ark. I
like dude, where's my Derek Carr was another one. So it'll just fit in there.
All right. Would you like a question?
Fire it. Yeah, give me a question because I'm not solving it. I mean,
could be anything. Either, Peter, to be honest with you. I have no idea what this is.
All right, Peter. Peter, tell me who has more targets on the season? Who has more targets on the season? Is DJ Moore or Terry McLaurin?
That's a good one considering McLaurin's been off and on. I'm going to still go with McLaurin. DJ Moore, not throwing the ball there as much.
I'm sorry, Peter. It actually is DJ Moore. 122. I've given you some tricky ones. 122 compared to Terry McLaurin's got 106. Simon, moving on to you.
I'm ready. Don't give me a trick like you've been giving Peter.
Oh, I might. All right, Simon. Who has more targets on the season? Who has more targets on the season? Chase Claypool or T. Higgins?
T. Higgins.
T. Higgins is correct. What letter would you like?
S.
That one was actually closer than I would like. 89 for T. Higgins and 81 for Chase Claypool. One S in this puzzle. Nicely done. Oh, I got to put this in.
One S. That is just like.
I know you would think more, right?
Now I can solve, Jay.
Yes, I have so many avenues here. So many possibilities.
Simon, would you like another question?
Yes, I need another question.
All right. Who has more receptions on the season? Who has more receptions? Is it DeAndre Swift or Chase Claypool?
Claypool.
I'm sorry. It is DeAndre Swift.
Wow.
56.
Wow.
That was tricky with it following up the previous question. Like, you just told me how many targets he had. That's wild that DeAndre Swift has more receptions.
He was like total wide receiver numbers until he got hurt, right? I mean, it was
yeah.
I bet DeAndre Swift has just as many targets, maybe, right?
Yeah, that's wild. Well, Josh, there you go. I gave you a lot of help on that one.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for that S, buddy.
All right, Josh.
I love it.
You ready for your question?
Give it to me.
All right, Josh. Who has more receptions on the season? Van Jefferson or Cole Kmet?
Van Jefferson.
I'm sorry, it's Cole Kmet.
I
Josh Matthews so hard on
No. I could see that being the case. You know.
Cole Kmet been pretty quiet, but that's.
While Van Jefferson has gotten a decent amount of targets this year, he hasn't been efficient with them, right? So he's catching earlier in the year. I know he's catching 2-3 catches while getting 6-7 targets a week. So it makes sense,
right? All right, Peter, we're back to you. You ready for a question?
Yep.
All right. Who has more receiving touchdowns on the season? Who's more receiving touchdown on the season? Is it Tyreek Hill or Mike Williams?
Well, I got to go with Tyreek. I know Mike Williams was good early on, but I don't think he hasn't been keeping it up as much lately, especially in the end zone. So
you are absolutely correct. It is Tyreek.
All right.
Hill.
Finally got one right.
It's close,
I proved I know something about fantasy football.
Tyreek has 9. Mike Williams has 7.
Oh, that's pretty close, though.
Yeah. So well done, Peter. What letter would you like?
Oh, let's go with T.
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 One T.
One T. What letters are in this puzzle?
Now, Peter, you can buy a vowel,
or
you can take another question.
No, I'll take another question.
Take another question.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go with some targets. All right, Peter, who has had more targets this season? Hunter Renfro or Darnell Mooney?
Well, I mean, Renfro's just been a target machine the last few games, so I'm actually going to say him, even though Mooney's having a decent year.
You are absolutely correct. It is Renfro.
All right.
It is close. It's 11. The difference is 11.
Really?
Okay.
Well, that's surprising to me that Darnell Mooney has that many. I guess I haven't been paying as much attention.
Mooney is a really good receiver. And
once
that offense is able to figure their things out and a quarterback can give him the ball, he's going to be a fantasy stud.
And both players were super cheap in drafts, right? So it's
yes.
I have Mooney on a bunch of teams, and it's a pleasant surprise. Although, you have to pick their spots because the quarterback situation.
Both double-digit guys, and Hunter Renfro probably wasn't even drafted in most.
I have to think what his ADP was, but I can't imagine he was drafted in.
No, double digits at least.
I didn't draft it.
Yeah,
I grabbed him in the last round of.
Okay, all right, letter, huh?
Yeah, what
all
letter?
Right, let's go with H.
H. 2 H's.
There it is.
Wow. 2 H's. Peter, you can buy a vowel. Take another question.
Give me another question.
Another question. All right, we're gonna head back over to the FanDuel Sportsbook. Peter, tell me true or false. True or false? The Rams are favorited over the Seattle Seahawks by 5.5 points.
Favored by Seattle by 5.5. Yeah, I think that sounds about right.
You are absolutely correct. It is 5.5 points. Well done, Peter.
What letter? That sounded right, but I was like,
I knew. I knew
favored a little bit more
than 3. Somewhere between 3 and 7. So it's really worthwhile.
All right, Peter. What letter would you like to guess?
All right, let's go with
this right. Or did I?
Let's go with F.
Yeah. F. Oh, bonk.
Oh,
no F's in this puzzle. I'm sorry, Peter.
I had a vague guess, and I thought it might go that direction, but nope.
We always go off those vague guesses, and
we just go for it. We'll try and solve it.
The number of times I've guessed J, thinking I've known the name of the player, and it's not a J name, has been a little bit too high.
So many times.
I need a question, JL. I can't get this.
Usually, I don't give the answer to the puzzle out before we get there, but this is just too good.
Oh, that's it.
And the Sorcerer's Stoonie.
Nailed it.
And then he followed up.
How's that football related? That's my question.
It's not. I just really like that movie.
I think Harry Potter is starting. I think Harry Potter's starting at quarterback for the Washington football team this week.
Oh, is that what it is?
That's who they signed. Yeah.
All right.
Is there a Harry in the NFL? Nikhil Harry.
There you
go. Nikhil Harry and the Sorcerer's Stone. Let's go. That's what it is.
All right, Simon. We're moving on to you. You need a question? Can you solve?
No, I need a question.
Need a question. All right, Simon. We're going to stay here in the FanDuel Sportsbook. True or false? The 49ers are favored over the Falcons by 9.5 points.
False.
That is true. I'm sorry, Simon. They are favored by 9.5 points. Yes.
But I believe it. I just thought it seemed a little high.
All right, Josh, we're coming back around to you. You ready?
Hit me. Let's get some letters up here. I got this.
We are taking our time with this puzzle.
We really are. All right. We'll just stay here for this one. Josh, true or false?
Yes. Hit me.
The over-under set on the Houston Texans Jacksonville Jaguars game is at 39.5 points.
True.
Was that true?
True.
You are right. It is 39.5.
What letter would you like? Give me that R. Put it up there.
Oh my gosh, Josh.
I'll buy it an A as well.
You said you'll buy an A?
An A.
An A. All right. Oh, bomb. No A's. No A's for you.
Of course.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
All right, we're moving back around to you, Peter. Are you ready?
Yep,
ready.
Would
you like to solve?
You don't know this, Peter? Come on.
Jeez, I have no idea. No,
me neither.
I don't even think. I mean, like, if I tried to solve right now, I don't even think I would get like 10% of the possible letters or something.
I don't know. I know one of the words.
I mean, yeah, exactly.
Don't give it away, man.
After that, it's like,
oh no, I didn't buy an E.
All right, Peter. Here's your question: who has more passing yards? Who has more passing yards this season? The Green Bay Packers or the Miami Dolphins?
That's a good question because, the Packers just get ahead and then they run the ball the whole time. So I'm going to go with the Dolphins. They're always playing from behind, or at least they were early. And then, I don't know, whatever rationale it is, Miami.
All right. I'm sorry. It is actually the Packers. They have 3,300.
You keep thinking JL's tricking you. He's not that clever. All right. He's not.
I'm really not that clever. I'm sorry, Peter. Simon, we're moving on to you. Would you like to solve?
Yes, I need a question.
You need a question. All right, Simon. Who has more rushing attempts in the season? Who has more rushing attempts on the season? Is it the Indianapolis Colts or the Tennessee Titans?
Okay. Well, you've tale of two halves of the season. I'll go with the Colts.
I'm sorry, it's the Titans.
Oh,
they still have the highest.
Enough to keep the lead.
I would have gone with the Colts too.
The Titans have 413 rushing attempts, while the Colts have 383. It's not close.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's not that close.
There's definitely some separation there.
That's not
We're
just
moving around.
Derrick Henry really raised it up a little bit.
All right, Josh. Do you need a question?
Yeah.
All right, Josh. Who has more rushing yards in the season? Who has more rushing yards in the season? The New England Patriots or the Los Angeles Chargers?
The Patriots.
The Patriots is correct. What letter would you like?
I mean, they had a whole game with only ran, so that's got to
True. That's the only
they had like 1,000 rushing yards that game, I believe.
Yeah.
Give me a P.
P. 1 P.
Oh, I got it.
Wait.
Josh, would you like another question? Would you like to buy a vowel? Or would you like solve? I need an answer.
Give me a question.
All right. Who has more rushing touchdowns in the season? Is it the 49ers or the Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
The 49ers.
49ers is correct. Josh, staying alive. What letter would you like?
Give me a G.
G. Bonk. No G.
Wait, why'd I do that? No. I know a couple letters in this word. I mean, in this. Oh, no.
Josh, to be honest, one of the words I figured out, I really thought there was a G in it, how you spell it. But I'm realizing now maybe there isn't.
All right, Peter, moving on to you. Would you like to solve? Would you like a question?
Give me a question.
Give you a question. All right. All right, Peter. Let's see. I lost my place here. Where was I? Here we go. All right, Peter. Who's played in more games this season? Who's played in more games this season? Elijah Moore or Rondale Moore?
I think Rondale Moore.
You are correct. It is Rondale Moore.
I was going to say, has he missed a game? I don't think he's missed a game.
So, what letter would you like, Peter?
How about a D?
A D. All right. Woo! Look at that.
All right, the jackpot.
Well done. I gotta add this every time.
No, just after someone misses.
Yeah, if someone gets an incorrect letter.
Ooh, Peter, building up that bank. All right, Peter, would you like to buy a vowel? Would you like another question, or would you like to solve?
I could solve like 3/4 of it, but I have no idea what the beginning part is probably. I'll get another question.
Take another question. All right, Peter, tell me who has a higher catch percentage on the season? Who has a higher catch percentage on the season? Is it Hunter Renfro or is it Dawson Knox?
It's pretty good. I'm going to go with Dawson Knox.
I'm sorry. It's Hunter Renfro, 81.1%.
Why did I question Hunter Renfro is the greatest player in the NFL?
That's what I've been saying.
We have a guy.
Dawson Knox doesn't get that many targets, so maybe he catches the ball. So.
We have someone in the chat, truly epic. I don't know if they're here watching today, but they come in every day just to praise Hunter Renfro. And they've been doing it for 6 weeks. It's ramped up the past couple of weeks, but they were very happy to hear you say that he's the best player in the NFL.
Well, I mean, seriously, over the last couple of weeks, it's like, MVP candidate if he would have done all year.
You're not kidding. The past 3 weeks before this week, he was, if you just look at those 3 weeks, the wide receiver 1 in PPR scoring, the top scoring wide receiver over the last 3 weeks. It's nuts.
Yeah. All right, Simon, we're moving on to you.
And I would like to solve. I'll just take say
it exactly how it's written.
Kyle Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer.
Nice.
Well done.
Got it.
I've never noticed it was
the first name, Kyle Rudolph. Duh.
Red nose.
It didn't come to my head at first.
I always thought it was red nose reindeer. No D on the end of nose.
I guess I never really thought about it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
It's all good. It's all good.
Sense.
See, then this isn't technically correct. That was not.
No, I red-nosed reindeer might be correct. I'm actually not sure. I just never realized that.
And the chat got it, of course, way before everyone else. Maria, Kyle, Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer. The J-Wall trying to copy her. Nice try.
J-Wall was first, and then FanDuel, and then Maria, and then Herms, and then Albert.
They all had the same timestamp.
All got it right.
All
yeah,
the
it's
same
all 5:37. And FanDuel in here saying, "Look at us, so inspirational."
So inspirational.
And you guys are just killing it. Pat yourselves on the back there. Maria says, "I'm done for the night." Drops the mic. She's out solving puzzles, but nice job getting that one, Maria.
So I got a question for you guys. Is Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer the most overrated holiday Christmas movie that exists?
It's a classic.
No, it's a good movie.
You can't get away from it. You might not like it, but there are generations upon generations of people that it's a tradition for.
There are a lot of really bad. Having had 3 kids and watched a lot of holiday movies, there are some really bad ones. So, no.
Jingle All the Way is the best Christmas movie ever.
Is that the one with the heat
Arnold
miser?
Schwarzenegger.
Oh no, I don't.
Arnold Schwarzenegger getting Turbo Man. It's Turbo time. Let's go.
And the correct answer is A Christmas Story is the most overrated Christmas movie holiday.
I think
movie.
it's a Wonderful Life might be.
No, It's Wonderful Life is great. Elf is the best Christmas movie.
I'm with you.
Elf
Peter.
is
Elf is number one. And Jim Carrey's Grinch.
What about Die Hard?
It's like the Twitter debate, the perennial Twitter debates are that one is a hot dog, is a sandwich, or a.
You know what's funny? The guy who wrote Die Hard says it's a Christmas movie, but Bruce Willis says it's absolutely not a Christmas movie. So.
And I say, who cares?
I do.
It's a good movie either way, but it's not a Christmas movie.
I have
my
other
favorite Christmas movie is
Christmas.
Is Gremlins. Gremlins is my favorite Christmas movie.
Is there a Christmas tree in it? Singing Christmas songs? Get it out of here.
100%.
Get it out of here. All right, guys, let's get on to our next puzzle here. So
Let's do it.
This one's a new category. These two players were drafted by the same team. It doesn't guarantee they're still in the same team, but they were at least drafted by the same team.
Okay.
And we,
might be.
Simon, you got that one correctly. So Josh, we're gonna start with you. Solve you like a question.
Give me a question.
I figured. All right, Josh, who has more PPR fantasy points on the season? It's more PPR fantasy points on the season. Is it Brandon Cooks or is it Josh Jacobs?
Brandon Cooks.
It is Brandon Cooks. Nice job, Josh. What letter would you like?
H.
Oh, and reminder, contestants out of the chat. Get in the private chat.
Out of there.
I'm out.
One single H for you, Joshua.
That is not what I thought.
Beautiful.
I thought I had the first name, and now I do not, Josh. Thanks for crushing my dreams.
All right, Josh, you'd like to buy a vowel?
I don't know how that H in the second name changes your idea about the first name.
Because there's no H. I thought there was an H in the first name, but there's not.
I'm an idiot. Let's buy an E.
Buying an E. One single E.
All right. Next question.
All right, next question. Josh, who has more PPR fantasy points on the season? Who's more PPR fantasy points on the season? Is it DeAndre Hopkins or is it Mike Gesicki?
Huh? I don't know. DeAndre Hopkins?
It is DeAndre Hopkins. Well done.
Give me
what
an
letter
R.
would you like? An R. All right. One R. Slowly getting here.
I'll buy an A.
Buying an A. One A. My goodness.
I'll buy an I.
Buying an I.
No I.
Two I's.
Give me another question.
All right, Josh. Who has a higher fantasy points per game on the season? Who has a higher PPR fantasy points per game on the season? Is it Elijah Mitchell or is it Dawson Knox?
Mitchell.
Sorry?
Elijah Mitchell.
Elijah Mitchell is correct.
Man, Josh has been killing it with the trivia today.
What letter would you like?
Give me a
T. Third one, right? Bonk. Doesn't matter. No T's. All right, Peter, moving on to you.
I really wanted to guess because my first guess was, this is not an official guess because I was wrong. I thought it was going to be Justin Jefferson and Adam Thielen, and it fits perfect. Same number of letters, but
didn't make it.
Oh,
wow.
Thielen
wouldn't have fit. Thielen would not have fit.
Six letters, Thielen?
Thielen.
Seven. All right. Well,
I believed you as soon as you said it. It looks like
you
Justin
spelled
Jefferson
it right when you said it, so I was like, "Oh yeah, it does fit."
All right, Peter.
Yeah, so obviously, I'm guessing.
You're gonna guess?
Obviously, I'm getting a question.
Taking a question. All right. All right, Peter. Who has more receiving yards on the season? Who's more receiving yards on the season? Is it Jamar Chase or is it Keenan Allen?
I'm gonna go with Keenan Allen.
It is Jamar Chase. I'm so sorry. He has 1,035 compared to Keenan Allen's 929.
I know, but Jamar Chase had like 200 yards one game, and then it doesn't seem like it's not much anything sense.
Yeah, on like 2 receptions.
Yeah. So.
All right, Simon, we're moving back to you. What question? Would you like a question?
Oh, I know the first name, but I can't figure out the second one. Yeah, I need a question.
All right, Simon. Who has more rushing attempts on the season? Who has more rushing attempts on the season? Is it Ezekiel Elliott or is it Javonte Williams?
Rushing attempts, is that what you said?
Rushing attempts, yep.
I'll go Javonte.
I'm sorry, it's Ezekiel Elliott.
Damn,
He's got 30 more.
He got in my head now.
Yeah. All right, back around to you, Josh. Are you ready for a question?
He's going to solve, I think. Oh.
All right, we'll stick in this category here. Josh, who has more rushing attempts on the season?
Yeah.
Austin Eckler or Aaron Jones?
Austin Eckler.
Austin Eckler's correct. Would you like a letter?
Yeah, give me a N.
N. One single N.
I don't know what that is. Give me an R question.
All right, Josh. Who has more PPR fantasy points on the season? Who's got more PPR fantasy points on the season? Is it Antonio Gibson or is it Nick Chubb?
Nick Chubb.
I'm sorry, it's Antonio Gibson has 22 more fantasy points. We are going around high velocity here. Peter, are you ready? Do you need a question or would you like to solve?
I'm not solving, so give me a question.
All right. Where did my tab go here? All right, Peter. Who has tell me who has more passing yards this season? Who has more passing yards this season? Is it the Buffalo Bills or the LA Rams?
I'm gonna go with the Rams.
The Rams is correct by a solid margin. What letter would you like, Peter?
I'm gonna go D.
D. Bonk.
Dang.
Sorry, Peter. No D's in this puzzle. Simon.
I will solve. I'm not risk. I've been bad at trivia today. Jimmy Garoppolo and Sony Michel.
Well done.
Drafted by the same team. I was thinking this was same team the entire freaking time. I knew Jimmy Garoppolo was there, and I was like,
Josh,
this has to be spelled wrong. This
is a lesson in listening, Josh. All you got to do.
And reading, because it's there. Reading. It's right there.
I guess my Thielen thing would have been incorrect because he wasn't actually drafted, so technically.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah. Hey.
Free agents, that count?
Yeah. Vandal saying JL said he was a simple man, yet Simon let himself get fooled. The power of the trick question.
The power of the trick question. Yeah, you got me on that one.
All right. You guys ready to try to get through another puzzle or two?
Yeah, we could probably fit another puzzle in.
All right. Let's move right along here. Simon, you got 1,000 for that one. Josh is still in the lead. Man, it was like the first puzzle. Got so many. And then Simon, and then Peter. Simon got that one right. Josh, we're moving on to you. Are you ready?
Yep, fire away.
Oh, I'm sorry. I said this is Josh's question.
All right, give it to me anyway. I'll
give it to you anyway, Peter.
All right, he can take it.
All right, go ahead.
All right, Josh, tell me who has more passing touchdowns on the season? Who has more passing touchdowns on the season? Mm-hmm. Is it the Indianapolis Colts or is it the Miami Dolphins?
Passing touchdowns?
passing touchdowns?
It's probably the Dolphins. I'm going to go with the Dolphins.
You're going to go with the Dolphins, but the correct answer is the Indianapolis Colts.
Wow.
That's a shame.
I forget that Jacoby Brissett was actually the quarterback for a while, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And Jacoby Brissett. He
was
used
a
to be
bit
the
tricky
Colts quarterback.
Yeah, I feel like the Colts has been primarily running game. But I'm sorry, Josh.
Mm-hmm.
We're moving on to you, Peter.
And also for the Colts, not over the first half of the season were they a primary running team. I feel like maybe half is a strong term, but they were throwing the ball quite a bit more the first quarter of the season than they did afterwards. So maybe that's where it came from. That's why Pittman was a top 12 kind of guy in the beginning or in that stretch, but he hasn't been recently.
So Frank Reich finally figured out, like, hey, we actually have the super elite running back that we should give the ball.
Exactly.
I mean, I'm all about the spreading the ball around, 2 or 3 guys kind of guy. But when you have one guy who's like the uber elite guy, you should just get in his hands as many times as possible.
Exactly.
Figure that out, then that kind of changes their season.
The Derrick Henry method. It works.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, Peter. We're moving on to you. You ready for a question?
Yep.
All right, Peter. True or false? We're gonna head over to the FanDuel Sportsbook. True or false? True or false? The Dallas Cowboys are favored over the New York Giants by 10.5 points.
10.5. I'm gonna say false.
I'm sorry, it is true. 10.5 points.
Whoa, that's a huge spread.
That's a big number.
No QB.
I don't have all my lines memorized for this week, but
what
are they favored by?
10.5.
10.5.
Yeah, that's
they got no weapons. The Giants.
Mike Glennon. I'm curious how much, if any, it moved when Mike Glennon was declared the starter, or if it didn't have too much.
I would think 0. Actually, maybe it's even better. I mean,
yeah.
Honestly, that sounds sad, but I'm with you right there.
All right, Simon, moving to you. Yeah, would you like a question?
Yes, I can't solve.
All right, Simon, tell me. We're gonna stay here in the FanDuel Sportsbook. Tell me, the true or false? The Buffalo Bills are favored over the Carolina Panthers by 9.5 points.
False.
False is true. It's 11.5 points.
I was about to say it's got to be higher than the Cowboys over the Giants spread. That's the only reason I got that one. I will take a T.
Why does it got to be?
I get the question right.
Sorry.
I missed the letter.
All right, Josh, moving on to you. Are you ready?
Yes, give it to me.
Peter, I think Josh took all the good luck in this game.
He did. All right, Josh, tell me who has more targets on the season? Who has more targets on the season? Chris Godwin or Davante Adams?
Davante Adams.
Davante Adams is correct. Thought I might trick you there. What letter would you like to? Bonk.
Oh
no
gosh.
R.
No R.
No T.
I
no
forgot
R?
to mention this is NFL teammates.
Wait, can I change mine then?
No.
No,
All right,
I said NFL teammates before.
All right, I'm not solving. So
all right, tell me who has a higher target share? Who has a higher target share on the season? Tyler Lockett or CeeDee Lamb?
that's good. I'm gonna go with Lockett.
Lockett is correct. He's got 25.5% season.
It's like you want 25% of nothing or a higher percentage of a whole spread out, lesser percentage of a spread out offense. It's like they both have their problems.
Exactly. What letter would you like?
Let's go with S.
S.
3
S's.
All right.
I think I know it.
All right. Would you like to buy a vowel, Peter, or you can take another question, or you can take
another. The first name is Micus Evans.
Shh. No.
Mike's Evans.
It's plural. Mike's Evans.
Mike's
All
Evans.
right. You said another question, Peter.
Yep.
All right. We'll stay in this category. Who has a higher target share on the season? Devontae Smith, or Mike Evans?
I think about Smith was he just wasn't really getting much in the offense early on. I'm still gonna go with Smith.
Smith is the correct answer.
All
Well
right.
done, Peter.
That was a tricky one.
What letter would you
another one
like?
of those? You want the biggest game in town or the better players on a more spread out offense?
Right. What letter would you like here, Peter?
All right, let's go with M.
M. One
Okay,
M.
yeah. Oh, I know this.
I kind of forget which one this is. Oh wait, no, I kind of remember now. All right, Peter.
I don't know.
All right, give me another question because I'm
Another
obviously
question.
not solving it.
Someone
I
Moses.
said before, there's not that many players in the NFL with letters. The last name
That's
with
true.
S, so you would think
All
I
right.
would know them all. But go ahead,
Miles Maskins.
Who has more total targets on the season? Who has more total targets on the season? Is it Najee Harris or is it Adam Thielen?
This is one where it's like Thielen's missed a few games. Actually, with Najee Harris, he's actually gotten like a surprising amount of them. So
I'm sorry, it is Adam Thielen
dang,
still.
well, never guessed.
I would have gone with Najee
running
Harris.
back, but I know he's been.
I would have
he's
gone
had
with
more than
Najee
I
Harris
thought.
as well, to be honest.
It's about
He got some missed games there, so I thought it was
the difference is less than 20. And
there you go. Well,
and it's pretty significant for running back. Running back versus wide receiver.
Najee Harris had like that 19 target game.
I know that because I took Najee Harris unders on receiving receptions a bunch of times and lost a couple times.
Yeah, I was about to say that
because running back
earlier
unders,
in the year. You would
running
have
back unders are pretty good for receptions. Is usually fun to bet because they don't. They're not going to get too involved. If the game script goes the right way.
Right.
They won't get it.
Exactly.
All right,
Okay.
Simon. Moving on to you. Would you like to solve?
I wrote this down on Josh's turn, thinking there was no way you actually did this as the answer to this puzzle. But all the letters add up, so I'm going to go ahead and guess Davis Mills and Nico Collins.
Nice.
My God.
What?
I am just going to admit that Nico Collins is not a player name that would have ever entered my head.
Me either.
Oh, well done, Simon. I was going to ask about this because Nico Collins had a good game last week, a single good game. And Davis Mills has been named the starter this week. I'm curious what you guys think about. Would you consider throwing either of these guys in your FanDuel lineups as an emergency start this week?
No.
With everything this week.
I mean, the only thing is I'm in some pretty deep leagues. 14 teams, super flex leagues where like anybody that gets a
Nico Collins would be a luxury in those leagues.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
with Peter.
I mean, like there'd be bidding wars for him. And then you have 100 players out with COVID. I mean, I'm going to be starting some really sketchy players this week. So Nico Collins would definitely be an improvement over some of the guys in the roster.
I'm starting Nick Mullins in a league. Is Davis Mills really worse than Nick Mullins? I don't know.
Not. I mean, Nick Mullins had some. I mean, he's not like a great quarterback, but he had a couple of really good games with the Niners, like fantasy-wise. So it's possible. So.
He did. But he's playing with the entire Browns second team.
I know. And he's probably had like 3 snaps with them, too. So it's like.
Yeah, it's not looking good. Nico Collins, though, is a player this year, redraft, I'm not interested in. But Dynasty, from what we've seen this year, if the Texans can get anything figured out, he's a player I'm trying to acquire in Dynasty leagues right now because he's been fun to watch whenever he does get the targets. It's just that offense is one of the worst I can remember in recent years from a fantasy perspective of players that you want to start. It's truly abysmal.
Yeah, I completely agree. All right, you guys want to do one more puzzle or you want to call it here?
What time is it?
Let's go for it. Right?
It's up to you. Peter, do you want to do one more or
end the game one more me? I go one more me for sure.
Let's get one more puzzle in there.
All right. I don't know which one we're gonna get. Let's see. Maybe
so FanDuel on this one said I was going to guess General Mills. You were so close right there. And Maria trying to rally the chat to get it before everybody on that one.
No, not this time. Simon's 1
Not
point. Yeah, not this time.
Probably helps. I was just doing some. I was just reading some Nico Collins stuff today. He was fresh on mind.
All right. Hopefully this is the right one. All right. So this one we got an NFL player / celebrity mashup. So very similar to the movie Mashup. They're going to, it'll be a first name. And then, so essentially, how do we normally explain this, Josh? We got
I tried to explain it last week and I did a horrific job.
Jonathan Taylor Swift.
Yes. Thank you. Jonathan Taylor Swift is a perfect example there. All right. So Simon, you got that one correct. Josh.
Last week I did Jonathan Taylor Heineke.
You did.
You did.
The NFL player.
That's all we got. It's just Jonathan Taylor based. All right, Josh. You ready for your question?
Yeah.
All right. Who has a higher target share on the season? Noah Fant or Cole Beasley?
Target share?
Target share on the season.
It's Noah Fant. You're messing with me.
I'm sorry. It's not Noah Fant.
All right.
It's not.
It seemed like Noah Fant shouldn't be the right answer, and he wasn't.
It's Cole Beasley. So moving on to you, Peter. You ready for your question?
Yep.
All right. Who has a higher total number of targets on the season? Who has a higher total number of targets on the season? Is it Jalen Waddle or is it Michael Pittman?
Oh, that's gonna be Michael Pittman.
Sorry, it's Jalen Waddle.
Oh, man.
I know. I keep.
Well, I'm also like, okay, I gotta go through who missed the games. It's like
the game part is the tricky part.
Total is the hard part.
So. All right, Simon, we're moving on to you.
Okay.
I'm assuming you can't solve.
I absolutely cannot solve.
All right, who has a higher target share in the last 3 games? Who's got a higher target share in the last 3 games? You got it. Damn it. He stole it. Is it Brandon Ayuk or is it Dallas Goedert?
Goddard's had some big games. I'll go Ayuk.
It's Goddard. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Josh.
Yeah, that's me.
That's you. All right. Who has a higher target share in the last 3 games?
I'm Rickin.
Is it Amon-Ra St. Brown or is it Travis Kelce?
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
You are correct. It is Amon-Ra St. Brown.
I was answering him regardless of who the other person was.
32% target share in the last 3 games.
Yeah.
All right. What letter would you like, Josh?
R.
2 R's.
Okay.
All right, Josh, you can buy Val. Take another question.
Give me an A.
An A.
Give me that A.
2 A's.
Do we know the order? Do we know if the NFL player comes first or if the celebrity comes first? Or is that part of the puzzle? Okay. That makes this even harder.
All right, Josh, would you like another question? Would you like to solve or Val?
Question, please.
All right, question. All right, Josh, tell me who has a higher number of passing touchdowns? Who's a higher number of passing touchdowns on the season? Is it the Atlanta Falcons or is it the Detroit Lions?
Passing touchdowns. Falcons.
Falcons are correct. Josh,
Wow.
What letter would you like?
T.
Bonk.
No tease.
No tease. All right.
Oh, man.
Peter, we're moving on to you.
That's rough.
All right,
Peter, tell me who has more rushing yards on the season? Who has more rushing yards on the season? Is it the New Orleans Saints or is it the Chicago Bears?
I'm gonna go with the Saints.
I'm sorry, Peter. It is the Bears.
JL, you've been brutal with these questions. Just rocking all of us. Let's see if I can
I
break
know
this
angle
record.
now and total guess. They both have running quarterbacks.
Yeah.
These the Bears did.
Yeah.
And the Saints do now.
Yeah, that's true. I guess half and half.
All right, Simon, moving on to you.
Yeah, and I need a question.
All right. Tell me, who has more penalty yards in the season? Who's got more penalty yards on the season? Is it the Buffalo Bills or is it the Washington football team?
Washington football team.
It's the Bills. I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh.
That's a weird question. We've never done that
was
one
a weird
before.
question. That's okay though.
All right. Who has Josh, we're moving on to you. Assuming you can't solve.
Give me a penalty questions.
Penalty question. Who has more interceptions in the season? Who's got more interceptions on the season? Is it the Houston Texans or is it the Cincinnati Bengals?
Bengals.
Bengals is correct.
Yeah, give me that.
What was that? Interceptions thrown or interceptions?
Interceptions thrown. Sorry. Yes.
Oh, oops. Yeah, I guess that.
See, I mean,
no defensive stuff in here.
Yeah, I knew that.
Oh, you got 2 here, Josh. You got lucky then, Jeff.
Give me an eye.
An eye. All right. Sorry, Josh. No eyes. Peter, we're back to you.
All right.
We're going to head back over to the FanDuel Sportsbook for this one. True or false, Peter? True or false? The Arizona Cardinals are favorited over the Detroit Lions by 12.5 points.
Yeah, it's got to be true.
That is absolutely true. Well done. What letter would you like, Peter?
I thought it was even more. Let's see. Let's go with M.
M. 1M.
All right. So that help me at all, though.
All right, Peter, you can buy a vow or take another question.
What's the question?
Take another question?
Yep.
All right. We'll stay here in the FanDuel Sportsbook.
It's clever.
True or false? True or false, Peter? The over-under on the Vikings. Or did we already do that one? The Vikings-Bears game? I don't think
we did.
They did the point spread, I think.
Oh, you're right.
Okay. All right. I'll switch a different one. All right. So true or false, Peter? The over-under on the New York Jets Dolphins game is 45.
Definitely go under on that one.
You are correct. That is false. It is under. Is at 41.
Okay.
What letter would you like to guess?
That's pretty low. That's got to be like. Has there been a below 40 over under this year? I don't know.
Just one. I think this week.
39.5.
Texans are at 39.5.
That was 39.5. Oh, there you go. So yeah, we got some. It's pretty low.
Some barn burner games this weekend.
All right, so let's go with I don't know. Let's go with D.
D. 1D.
All right. It helps me not at all.
You can buy a vow here, Peter.
I can't figure out what the last letter of this whole thing is. It just shows you. I think I'm mediocre on the football trivia and terrible on the word guess. It's a very good combo for the first content. All right, give me another question.
All right, Peter. Who has more receiving yard? Yeah, who has more receiving yards on the season? Is it Kyle Pitts or is it Tyler Boyd?
Man, talking some serious disappointments here. Pitts feels like he has 300 yards on the whole season. I think it's something. I'm gonna go not Pitts because basically every league I have taken him. He's been terrible.
So you're gonna go Boyd here?
Yep, Boyd it is.
I'm sorry, it is Kyle Pitts by like 200.
I'm just clouded by my, the fact that
I'm in your head now.
Like I avoided him in all my leagues, and then one league where I was like, he fell to me in like I don't know, like the 6th round or something. Like I was like, okay, I gotta take him here, and even then,
I got pulled too. Scott Fishbowl league.
The entire offseason, I was off drafting Pitts until like the last week. So any draft I did in the last week leading up to the NFL season, I have Kyle Pitts. Anyone before that, I don't. And man, I wish I hadn't made the switch. I got tired of being the negative Nancy. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I got tired of me too. I'm in a lot of leagues, and at some point, I was like, well, I got to spread my risk a little. I'll get him in one league, but no, don't do that. Stay with your convictions.
Yeah.
I'm gonna saying JL's about to ask what 1 + 1 is if everyone keeps striking out.
Yeah, Joe, you've been brutal today, but I think I'm gonna solve this one. I got it.
All right.
Josh Gordon Ramsay.
Well done, Simon.
Took me a while. I was struggling with it for a minute there, but it wasn't enough to catch Josh.
Herms got it like 7 minutes ago.
Nice job, Herms, on that one. FanDuel giving props to Herms right there. Herms said, shooting that shot, baby. Nice job. Guys, Peter, thank you so much for taking the time to come on with us today. It truly is an honor to have you join us and play some of our silly games. It was really great having you on here.
Thanks a lot. Thanks for having me. And I guess I'll have to study my target shares, memorize them all for the next time. So.
We'll bring you back for some redemption. We'll play a different game. We'll take the stupid puzzles out of it, and we'll play one of our other games. But thank you so much.
Yeah,
this was awesome.
And well done,
thanks a lot, guys.
Of course. Maria said, great job tonight. Like the puzzles. Well, thank you guys for joining. That is going to be it for us this evening. We will be live on Sunday at 7 p.m. for the Sunday night recap right here on FanDuel's YouTube and Twitch. So make sure you join in then. Come hang out with us and talk this weekend slate of games. Until then, though, that is it for us, everybody. We will see you then. Enjoy your weekend of football. Thank you, Peter, and thank you, everyone who tuned in. Adios, everyone.
Love you guys. Trading makes fantasy fun. Let's go.